Criminal Minds Behavioral Analysis Unit by Timonen. Introduction to Popular Culture. The history. The series of Criminal Minds first premiered on September 22nd of 2005 and was created by Jeff Davis. There are 7 original members of Criminal Minds. Throughout the series, for the most part, the cast has stayed the same, but every now and then one will have to leave and obviously have to get replaced. From the left is Derek Morgan, Penelope Garcia, Emily Prentice, Aaron Hotchner, David Rossi, Jennifer Giroux, and Spencer Reed. What is the BAU? The BAU stands for the Behavioral Analysis Unit. They study the human body behavior and the reasons why people do the things that they do. When an unsub or an unknown subject commits a crime, they dig deep into their background and their childhood to determine why they are doing the things they are doing or what is psychologically wrong with them. Crime shows. There are a lot of TV shows airing that have to do with criminals, such as CSI and Law and Order. Crime shows are very popular because people like to see the intense drama throughout the criminal life without it actually being in their own lives. The audience enjoys the guessing game of who is the killer and why they did what they did. It's the thrill of not knowing, but trying to figure it out before they tell you who it is, that it's so fun. The cast. Aaron Hotchner is the man in charge of the BAU team. He has a wife named Haley and a son named Jack. He is known for not smiling or joking too often, but he is friendly with every character and a good boss. He doesn't put anything before his job or his team. However, he is a very loving father. Derek Morgan is the action man. He is single and flirts with their technical analyst, Penelope, every single day. He is always there for everyone as long as they need him, and he is very dedicated to his job, his friends, and his family. He has a difficult childhood, but because of his past, Morgan is the man that he is today. Emily Prentice is a good agent. She does everything possible to get the job done. She used to be an agent for Interpol, which is the International Police. She is very, very smart. She has a bit of history to where she had to fake her own death and go into hiding and change her name. But she never did anything wrong. She just got mixed up with the wrong man, which endangered her life. It also brought her to the BAU, which would not be the same without her. Jennifer Giroux, also known as JJ, is very dedicated to her job. She wants to help every person possible and will do whatever it is to get it done. Throughout the show, she falls in love with a policeman named Will and has a son named Henry. She puts her son before anything else, and an awful incident between her family and a few unsubs brings her and Will to get married. David Rossi is one of the 2 creators of the BAU. He is very intelligent as well as sophisticated. He is an author with many fans. He keeps to himself in his personal life, but he cares so much for his team, and he eventually finds out that he has a daughter. He gives the most honest and true advice of the group. He is very, very mature. Jason Gideon is the 2nd creator of the BAU. He also sticks to himself. The BAU is all that truly has, until Spencer Reed, which became very much like a son to him. He does leave the show for a little while, but then returns to work with his old partner Rossi. Him and Reed always would play chess, and eventually when Gideon dies, Spencer stares at their unfinished game of chess. Spencer Reed is the smartest on the team. He remembers everything he reads, and he is a genius. He puts most of what they figured out together. His mother suffers from schizophrenia, which caused him to not have a normal childhood, but he gained from it because of his crazy intelligence. Penelope Garcia is a technical analyst on the show. She can find anything out about anyone that the team asks her to figure out. She flirts with Morgan every day. They have a special connection. She cares so much about every single case, but she is so innocent she cannot look at what the team sees on a day-to-day basis. The executive producers of Criminal Minds are Mark Gordon, Aaron Zellman, Peter Schneider, Janine Sherman-Burrows. The directors of Criminal Minds are Joe Mantegna, who also plays David Rossi, Matthew Gray Gubler, who also plays Spencer Reed, Thomas Gibson, who also plays Aaron Hotchner, Edward Allan Bonero, and Felix Enriquez Alcala. Episodes. There are a total of 254 episodes of Criminal Minds, and each are roughly 45 minutes long. If you look online to see the episodes voted the best out of all of them, the top 5 are all episodes where the unsub or unknown subject targets some members of the team individually or the team itself. The episodes are Revelations, Lauren, 100, The Fisher King Part 1, and The Fisher King Part 2. Revelations was voted the best. Spencer Reed is taken hostage by an unsub and is tortured until he picks one of the 3 people he is given to pick from to die. If he does not, then he will be the one to die. After he chooses one, the unsub comes back and forces Spencer at gunpoint to choose a member from his own team to die. The unsub is a man of multiple personalities, which Reed soon figures out and does what he can to manipulate the situation. He had to feel in control, so he shows the team a live stream of him torturing Reed. In the end, Reed does end up figuring out where he is being held hostage and hinting to his team where they need to come and find him. One of the most suspenseful episodes I have seen, in my opinion. Lauren was voted the second best. In this episode, Emily Prentice, who we do not know much about, her past is completely thrown on the table. A man she was involved with, a very dangerous man, and she did some questionable things. She faked his son's death to save him from his father. But the father, not knowing it was a fake death, comes after Prentice and will stop at nothing to kill her. She is convinced she has to beat him alone. Without her team, she is struggling though. But in the end, she is one-on-one with this man, named Doyle, but he gets away. She believes the only solution is to fake her death, so she does. Not even telling her team that she is still alive, she disappears. This episode has you on the edge of your seat the entire time. 100 voted third best. In this episode, the chief of the BAU, Aaron Hotchner, comes face to face with one of the worst unsubs in the series. This unsub calls Hotchner and gives him the choice to stop hunting him, and he'll stop murdering people. Hotch, being so determined to catch every killer, turns him down on his deal. He then makes it his goal to come after Hotch and his family personally. The entire episode is Hotch trying to find his wife Haley and his son Jack before they get hurt by the Reaper, which is the nickname given to this unsub. In the end, he gets to where he figures out where the unsub is holding his wife and his son and kills the Reaper, but not in time to save his wife. He gets upstairs and sees her lying there dead, but his son hid well enough to where the Reaper did not find him. I have never cried so much in one episode. It's one of my favorite episodes by far. The Fisher King Part 1 voted the fourth best. There are 2 parts to this episode, but the first one, each of the members of the BAU receives a gift from one known as the Fisher King. After figuring out that each gift was very personal and the only way to know that those things about each member was to hack to the BAU system. Then they got a call about a missing teen named Rebecca who had been a bit of a troublemaker. After figuring out that they were messing with a man that was messing with each member as well as holding a girl hostage, they knew they were dealing with a psychopath. He informs the team that they are now playing a game and the only ones that can play are them, meaning no other outside help, including the press. The episode ends with a cliffhanger. The Fisher King Part 2 voted the fifth best. This is a continuation from the Fisher King Part 1. The team just figured out that the unsub was messing with them as well as kidnapped a girl named Rebecca. After receiving another gift from the king, Reed figures out his mother actually knows this man. He is very troubled and received awful burns from a fire that was caused by him that his entire family died in, except for his daughter, Rebecca. Reed talks to his mother to find out the name of this man. Garcia, the technical analyst, then gives him the address to his home. They get there and they walk in only to see the man covered in a bomb. They convinced him that this isn't a game, but real life, but that wasn't enough to stop him. He blows the house up, but they find Rebecca with only seconds to spare. This episode is not only very action-packed, but also not easy to predict. Questions. Do you think that criminal shows are interesting, or do you see them as unrealistic and a waste of time? Do you think that airing shows like this helps potential criminals commit a crime and shows them how to cover up a crime? Why do you think so many people are interested in crime shows in today's popular culture?